I want to talk about the speed of implementation, how to take these ideas, these concepts, these things you hear about, the courses, the podcasts you listen to, how to take all of those things and implement them directly and quickly into your business. Because let's face it, most people literally just hang around, twiddle their thumbs, they collect a notebook like this full of notes, and when it comes down to it, nobody does anything with it. And that is a problem, friends, because all we end up doing is building these broken bridges. We end up like going through these cycles of stuff without actually ever getting anything done, and yet convincing ourselves that we're making progress because we're learning information and we are writing crap down, but we are not actually doing anything with it. Hey, before we begin though, if you'd like to work personally with me, if you'd like me to directly work with you to increase and get accelerated results in your business, simply go to workwithnick.com. That's workwithnick.com. Fill out a brief form there. We'll hop on a call. I'll see how the best way I can help you is, and we will take it from there. So here is the context. I'm here at Cabo San Lucas at the Montage Resort, and I'm at an event called Mastermind Talks, one of my favorite events of the year, held by my good friend Jason Gaynard, and it's an industry-leading event in my opinion, right? You get to hang with some of the best people, build some relationships, some camaraderie, get some amazing information, but it's a kind of a cross-section of you being sent all this massive amount of information, and what most likely happens in most cases is you go home, or in your case, maybe you're watching a podcast or attending a thing or reading a book or whatever it is that you're doing, and you simply take all this information and you don't do anything with it. And I think that's a tragedy, because the success of our business, the success of forward progress is specifically connected and directly connected to our ability to implement the content that we are consuming. Now, again, before we continue here, if you are of the mind of, I'm really good at getting information, not so good at implementing information, and you want me to directly keep you accountable, to build some plans, easy to follow plans for that nature, or for that matter, go to workwithnick.com. Again, workwithnic.com. I'd be happy to be that person for you to help you implement this. So I just want to show you this. This is my notebook. I'm in Mexico, so it says, Hola. This book belongs to Nicholas Kuzmich, and we are on the final day of this event. It's now been day 3. We've sat through a couple of sessions. I've had untold amounts of conversations with untold amounts of brilliant people, and I go into every conversation and every session with one thing in mind and one thing only. It's not what is all the great things that I can learn to one day apply them, right? I think there's 2 ways to learn information. One is just in case information, and the other is just in time information, right? Just in case information is, I'm going to consume as much content as I can because one day I will just in case need it, and one day when I will need it, I'll try to dig up a book or a course or something that I bought to get the information deployed in my business. When in reality, what really moves the needle is just-in-time information. It's where am I right now in what I'm doing, and what is the solution that I need to execute on to get me that direct thing. So this is my notebook from this. I've been here for 3 weeks, and again, the context is I go into every conversation and every potential learning session here with this idea of, what is the just-in-time information that I need? And just to show you here, of the 3 days, I learned a crap ton of amazing things. A crap ton. That's not what I'm saying here. But this is my notebook after 3 days, okay? It's 2 pages. It's not even 2 pages. It's 1 page and 1 line. And frankly, this is a quote that I really liked. And my action item is the first thing I wrote on this page. Now, I'm not going to read it for you, and you don't need to see what it is. But the point is, it's one thing, one major takeaway that I can implement in the next 24 hours that will have the greatest leveraged effect in my business. The rest of these are the names of people that I've connected with that I want to follow up with. So there's a few people I need to follow up with just because I had a great conversation. I want to keep that conversation going in the future. But from a notes perspective, an implementation perspective, one thing, and it just so happened to be the first thing that I wrote down because I went into it with the mindset of what is the one thing, the just-in-time information that I can deploy to get the most leveraged result possible. And that is something that I can deploy in the next 24 to 48 hours, and then I'm done. I don't have to think about all these things I coulda, shoulda, woulda done. I understood the one thing that I needed to do to get the desired outcome. So, while we're on that, by the way, if you are a business owner who's probably would have walked home with a notebook full of notes. Look, I'm not judging. That's a cool thing to do. But then you're stuck with a notebook full of notes and you don't know what to do next. And you're overwhelmed and you're consumed and you're like, God, I just don't know what the next thing is, and I have all these options, I just don't know what to do. Look, if you want to get rid of all of that, and you want the ability to have a one thing kind of business approach, where one thing is what you focus on until it's fully implemented before you move on to the next thing, go to workwithnick.com, workwithnic.com. That's my area of specialties. It's to find the one thing that is the greatest, most leverage point in your business, and to give you an action plan on how to deploy it. And that's it. So if you want to do that, go to workwithnick.com. But from a takeaway standpoint, here it is. It's what is the one thing that you could be doing in the next 24 to 48 hours that if you implement will actually have a moving shift in your business? The one thing, okay? Not the notebook full of things. The one thing on page 1, line item 1 as an action plan. What is that one thing for you? And rather than being overwhelmed with all the things you can be doing and should be doing, and you're in this state of infobesity, right? Overconsumption of information without the ability to implement, that's the worst place to be. So look at your business now. Look at all the leverage points you have. Try to identify the thing that if I did this, it will get me the next best result that I'm looking for, and commit to in the next 24 to 48 hours, not over the next week, not after quarter 1, not after Q2 of next year, not whatever. The one thing that I can implement in the next 24 to 48 hours, what is that one thing? And then make the intentional effort to execute on that one thing. That's what I got, and that's what I'm going to do, and I think that's what's going to best advance your business and move it forward. If you could do that, friends, and you do a one thing every 24 hours, or one thing once a week, or a one major thing every quarter, or every 30 days or 90 days, and you work in these short sprints of decisive, focused action, friends, you're going to get some amazing, amazing results. So if you're serious about finding the one thing and executing it in your business, if you're serious about elevating and accelerating the results in your business without the overwhelm, without the madness, without all the craziness of the overconsumption of information, go to workwithnick.com, workwithnic.com. I think it'll be great benefit to you. We'll hop on the phone. We'll see if there's a way that I can help you. And if there is, we'll invite you to join us in one of our opportunities. And if not, all good, no harm lost, no feelings lost. But I really want to help you find that one thing, execute on it, so you're very clear about what that is and how to get a result. And it provides you with unlimited access to me, but more on that when we talk, all right? So that's it for me, tuning out here from Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, here at the beautiful Montage Resort at Mastermind Talks. I look forward to seeing you too. Get applying that one thing and go to workwithnick.com. We'll see you real soon.